good morning, or good afternoon, or good evening, depending on what time it is for you, where you are. Happy Saturday. Welcome to the proper weekend. Spooky closet, monsters, etc. How you guys doing? Looks like a comfy shirt. It's real warm and soft and fuzzy and working for me right now. Good day. Good day to you all. Today, something very big has happened in the life of Squidgy. She has joined a guild. 3/4 done with cleaning. You're nearly finished? Was brain shell ownership determined? Breaking DOR now. Love the name. We wanted Frog Preservation Society, but apparently it's like one character too long. So this is making it work. It's just me and Floppy. I'm turning in. I did some more questing out here because I was like, I decided I wanted to try to do a little outside farming, but I wasn't gonna look up a farm. I was gonna come up with my own farm because I'm obnoxious, and it was gonna be a secret. So I was like looking around for different things to kill, and I discovered that I'm not good at finding like super broken farms, but if you just like fly around and find packs of stuff and kill them, it works pretty good. Gets more or less the job done. Today I want to see how much trading post progress I can do without having to log out of Remix, because I like Remix. Oh man, 15-minute Hearthstone cooldown, yes. And I don't want to go. I don't want to do my normal thing. Normally at the beginning of the month, I like to go do trading post credit activities on retail, like 15 pet battles with like little bunnies outside Stormwind, and sending myself work orders and completing them. And this week or month, happy Pride, by the way. This month, I don't want to. I want to stay doing the thing that I'm hopelessly addicted to, which is playing Remix and grinding in general. So let's pick up our dailies. Let's get in queue for a few things here. Actually, I don't even know if I need to do the LFR queue. Heroic dungeons, certainly. And then maybe like a scenario kind of queue sort of thing. Remix got a lot more boring once I started learning the meta. Found you through the video of the Razor Orb Weaver and Logitech gamepads. Missed hanging out here. Horrible time finding a normal TOT to get done for my neck. Current goal, making 100k gold on Remix. Gold! My goodness, that is a challenge. How much do I have? I have 6. I wish you stamina and luck. Coffee. I have a lingering feeling that I'm not like sick, but I'm like fighting it off. Like I woke up with kind of like a cough and like the congestion this morning. And for the last 2 days, I've been like 45% more tired than normal. So I'm just kind of, what would we say? We're honoring that. We're letting it be and accepting it and running dungeons. Taking naps where needed. Soup for Hazel. Also my birthday month. Happy early birthday. Specific and tiredness percentage. It's it's important to know so you can judge against normal levels of tiredness. I hate this quest because I never remember to loot all this stuff, so I'm just gonna not. I just won't do it. I think currently you can only get gold through quests, and treasures might not even be able to actually get it. What about, I guess it's a finite resource as well. I was gonna say looting the treasures. I remember I looted like a coin from, like I looted one of the Jade Forest treasures, and I was still able to vendor it for like 100 gold, even though it was Remix. But that would be another finite source of gold. You're not gonna make like 100k off that. Happy June. I want to buy Dragonflight right now so I can boost a mage. Forgot about the worm pet. Love. That's Harold. Harold. I've got Harold and Hilda, and then the little bug is Huey. Is my little water strider bug. Oh, threads. Let's see. I need to try a little harder because I'm getting smoked by a level 62 paladin, and I could do better than that. Getting bored of Remix. Oh no. That'll happen to me one day. I don't think the day's today, though. It's June. You guys looked at the, you picked out your targets from the trading post yet? I don't like to open up the shop interface until after I have my tender for the month. I have 1,100 tender left over. I've been frugal with it. DPS scaling still utterly bonkers. Yeah, but like, yeah, it is. It's a little wacky. Really hope I can just skip it. Yeah, I mean, if you're not there for any of the stuff. Leveled my second 70 on retail. Very nice. All right, let's get some Bestial Wrath rolling. Because the Demon Hunter's level 70, but they have less gear than me. I guess I didn't use my metagem. That was a bit silly of me. Maybe I'll use it for the second boss. This is a heroic dungeon. Taking advantage of Mop Remix for the easy mounts. Yeah, there's a beach chair with rainbow fabric on the chair, and there's trans flag colors on the side of it. What is it, like a... I forget where they put it, but they've got it in there. Have you bothered with item level or just getting mounts? So I got all the mounts first. And then I've started bothering with item level. I'm up to 379 overall, which is 402 in each of my upgrade slots. They have a long way to go, but I'm very excited about and invested in it. It's on the circle floaty thing. That's right. Oh, and then there's like Murloc. There's like a Murloc pool floaty belt mog. That's part of the swimwear. I think I'm pretty glad that I saved Tender because I feel like I might want a few of the outfits. Haven't seen the rewards yet. Excited to see. Apparently I have 0 of the toys available for bronze. I'm missing a few of those too. I'm making them later me problems though. It does feel a little wonky that I feel like... Oh, I'm not going to worry about it. Pop in, say thanks for the digestible raid kinds. Aw, thank you for digesting them. Appreciate it, Spider Axe. Okay. There we go. Traveler's log progress. I knew it happened. You guys were absolutely right. There is a remix section of the Traveler's log, the trading post objectives. And I found out you can also, like the generic ones you also get credit for. So like I'm 7 of 10 quests just from doing some Claxy questing. Or 1 of 25 dungeon bosses, that kind of thing. So I'm not really like, some of them like Mythic Plus obviously will just be unavailable. I'm not going to do any math because math is, I think calling math boring sounds kind of mean to math, but I'm still not going to do it. Sorry, math. But I'm going to do my normal beginning of the day in Remix and then see where that's landed me as far as Tender. Math is sorcery. Yeah, there we go. I recently rewatched the A Beautiful Mind about the mathematician, and it's made me forgive math for the moment. Not that I want to do it, but you know, other people might. It could be for someone else. I say that as someone with an advanced science degree. Raid bosses and quests will fill your trading post by itself. You don't need to worry. Nice. I had a dream that I had a job as like an editor, like a novel editor, and I wore fancy clothes and felt very professional. And then I woke up and I'm like, man, that is a job, but in the dream, it was making like $1 million a year, which I think is unrealistic. And also, I woke up and I'm like, I'm pretty sure that that's, of all the things that AI is going to come for, entry-level jobs in that field is certainly one of them. Obviously, you're still going to want like a real human for oversight at the highest level of things, but that's not usually where people start off. Hype for swimwear for T-Mug. Water gun for my hunter. Hype. I've gotten trading posts by doing nothing other than leveling through questing and showing up for raid into an Olympic sport. Launder money on the side. I need to launder laundry on the side. I've been putting off my laundry for like all week. I have no excuses. I have washer dryer in my apartment. I'm very spoiled. I need to just do it. You forgot something. I need to do my sheets too. I got a moisturizer from Lush it smells lovely. But if you put it on before you go to bed, your sheets will smell very strongly like it until until you do laundry, and it's reminding me that, oh man, if I got that thing on this day, I need to do some laundry. Time for fresh bed. Did all mine today, thank goodness. Laundry boss, least fun boss. In my rankings of tasks that I don't like doing, laundry's actually not bad for me. But I think that's because I have usually a pretty manageable amount of it. It doesn't take very long to do. I'm only doing laundry for myself. I'm not doing laundry for dependents or anything, which is nice. And I don't have to get my hands really wet for longer than it takes to move laundry out of the washer into the dryer. I'm not rubbing it over a board in the river, which not so long ago, in human history would have been the case. So I can't complain. Hoovering, easily the worst. I'm trying to think of what my least favorite chore is. I don't think I'm allowed to just say you know what I am allowed to say? Appointments and stuff. That's my least favorite chore. Anything that needs me to call somebody, anything that needs me to I don't know, you're renewing your passport and they want you to have references that are not related to you that have known you for 2 years. And I'm like, who do you think I am? Someone with acquaintances? Absolutely not. The obvious bookkeeping, taxes, balancing of accounts, that kind of thing. I want it all to be beautifully organized, and I try. It's just messy. Messy. Would gaming friends count? I don't know. Maybe. I'm sure people have gotten away with it. Litter box cleaning's meh. Litter robot makes it so much easier. Back in the day, laundry was so much work, I think I would just refuse to wear clothes. Feeling better today. I am not, but I appreciate the concern. I'm taking lots of naps. Never understood how people have house chores they can't stand. It's just a different brains work in different ways. But I also realized that I do need to get my passport renewed, but it's a year after. The deadline's a year later than I thought it was. I have an extra year. What are acquaintances? Mine is Litterbox too, but I'm getting my litter robot this week. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't love Litterbox, but I don't mind it. I do it pretty regularly because it's in my office. It's 4 feet from my desk, so it's not like if it's not clean, I can tell, and I need to fix it immediately, kind of thing. So it doesn't get very bad because it's right here. Dishes. I used to really hate dishes, until I got big and grown up enough to realize that I could buy and wear gloves and no one was allowed to make fun of me. And if they were, then they could get out of the kitchen or do the dishes themselves. As a kid, the thing I really didn't like about doing dishes was having to touch wet food, because food on a plate is delicious. But then as soon as there's dishwater involved, now it's all, squidgy and gross. And I really didn't want to touch that. I didn't like cleaning out the drain catcher, that kind of thing. But I just didn't want to touch it. Once I grew up and got gloves, it was fine. You just wear dish gloves. It'll help preserve your manicure. It helps preserve my eczema. Well, not preserve it. It helps avoid dish soap making it worse. It means I can handle hotter water. And it's great. Basically fixed my problem. The thing I don't like about doing dishes now is when you're doing dishes and then your dish rack fills up and then you have to take off your dish gloves and switch gears and then dry dishes in the dish rack to put them away. Because normally I just get away with if you're not doing so many dishes, you can just let them air dry and then put them away later without needing to actually dry them manually. But if you have a big enough batch of dishes, that's not going to work. We don't have a dishwasher, so you sometimes need to make more room in the dish rack, which means that you need to stop what you're doing and get them dried. But it doesn't happen to me that much. My partner does a lot more dishes than I do. Speaking of which, Kira, you're kidding. She is. I set up like a little spot behind my desk, and that's where the blanket is, and she's adopted it now. That is where she is. How did I only get 2 of 3 dungeon bosses done? How does that work out? I actually like this scenario a lot. I know this scenario was the one that like blocked me when I was on a fresh 70, but it's now one of my favorite scenarios because it's pretty fast and straightforward and hard to get lost in. As a kid, I used to hate dishes because I was doing everyone's dishes that would stay up for a day. Now I do the dishes as I'm making food. If I don't do them while cooking, I get upset. Yeah, never letting food dry on them is pretty big. It just depends on how you were raised and how you grew up, but we once you were done eating, they were getting cleaned or soaked or rinsed off and put in the dishwasher when I was a kid, but something. No one's leaving dishes around all day. I wish I was someone who liked cleaning. Just eat over the sink. I have been there. I sometimes, if I'm eating something that makes a lot of crumbs, I'll eat over an enormous mixing bowl. I accidentally once bought like a mega pack of those really crumbly granola bars. The Nature Valley ones that just immediately explode into debris and, shrapnel as soon as you open the package. And I still wanted to eat them because they don't taste bad. They're just really messy, which is one thing if you're hiking, but like if you're inside your house, it's a problem. So I take my biggest and most enormous mixing bowl, and then I will unwrap completely the granola bar, plop it in the mixing bowl, and I'll just eat it while like bent over the thing, like some kind of a monster. Always remember you'll have less dishes if you just eat off the pots and pans. This is true, but at a certain point, it's kind of like, you would also have less laundry if you were just like in the same bathrobe all day, every day. Sometimes you want to use things like dishes because it makes you feel nice, or it makes you feel like I don't know. It makes you feel less depressed, I guess. Not universally applicable, but especially when there's like more people involved than just one person. And sometimes when you are just one person, it's a little too easy to get a little bit too living in a bathrobe eating out of the pan that you cooked in, and sometimes it's nice to use a dish. Yeah, dignified. Granola gremlin. There's my next WoW guild. After vegetable bones and frog safety tube. A way to invest in yourself.
Interrupt.
And I used my kick already. That person's 476. It's a fully geared paladin. I wonder if they're just doing this kind of thing for oh, I said thank you in the guild. Oops. For bronze. Bathrobe pan eating good for a day or so after that. Yeah. I have such a vivid image now of me in my fluffy pink bathrobe, which I 100% own. That's a real thing. In my fluffy pink bathrobe, eating like homemade mac and cheese out of like the saucepan on my couch. Wood. What's the best race for a hunter? Meta wise, it changes now and then. Practically, gnomes rule. Everybody else stinks. You gotta follow your heart. Pick something you like. I know that's not the fun answer, but that's the only one I got. If you're if you do that, please stream it. Some things are meant to be done in private. Let's do normal dungeon queue, because I also need to do one for the greater cache, but I need another dungeon boss done for the daily. I wonder if I just like didn't tag a boss or something. Sometimes they don't come through. I should have enough bronze now to upgrade my weapon again. That's kind of nice. Da-da-da. I'm so happy I have an epic bow. Eating food out of the pot in the bathroom gives off the same vibe as drinking coffee in the shower. The only food or drink that I am personally in my own life willing to put up with in the bathroom is like a bottle of water. Because I carry my water bottle around like a safety blanket, and like if I'm having like a bath, you're hot and you're sweating and you're gonna need to stay hydrated, so I'll bring my water bottle in with me and I'll just perch it on the side of the bathtub, and then I lose it because it's like hidden behind the shower curtain, and I'm like, where did I put my water bottle? This place is not that big, how could I possibly lose it? It's in the bathtub. Shower beers, hear me out. Shower beers were a thing. I've heard people talk about this, and it's one of those things where it's like, I'm glad you're happy. I can't with beer. I've tried a million times. I'm just not wired for it, and that's okay. It's more for the rest of you. Shower oranges being a thing during quarantine. What? Shower pizza's where it's at. I used to sneak food. I used to sneak like granola bars or like little packets of crackers into specifically the bath when I was a little kid. Because it was like one of the only places that you could like be like alone for a little bit, and it was like I was having a little secret party, but I was just, you know, like drinking a pop and eating some crackers. Shower curtains or doors? Curtains 100% of the time. They are massively easier to clean in that they just kind of dry themselves, and then you can throw them in the washing machine whenever you notice that they're gross. I will scrub a bathtub. I do not want to be squeegeeing down a shower door. I've also, after some reflection, come around on all of the beautiful standalone bathtubs and like the tiled showers and stuff. For ease of cleaning's sake, I'm all about a good bath fitter all in one. I'm not against that. Make it the same thing, a single continuous piece top to bottom that I can just scrub and have done with it. I don't want growth that can get moldy. Nice drink in a bubble bath is great. I had a phase where I used to do wine in a bubble bath because I'd seen like moms do it on TV, and I thought I would be like a grown up like them. And I also, I don't know why I was wearing my watch in the bath, but maybe I was putting my watch on after the bath. I don't know. It came to my attention via my watch that when I consumed alcohol in a really hot bath, it made my heart rate insane, and that maybe I shouldn't do that. It's like you go to the doctor and you're like, doctor, when I do this thing, it's really bad and my body freaks out, and the doctor's like, okay, have you considered not? What if you don't? 5 streak. Wrappers of granola bars in the frame of my bed. Thought it was so smooth. I would hide drink containers behind books on my bookshelf. I got busted once. I got in big trouble. Oh dear. Under the bed for me. It makes, like, my parents did feed me. Nobody was denying me food. I want to be very clear about that. People have the whole bath tray, food with a laptop and a book in the bathtub. How long are you in there for? Yeah, I used to bring in, like, I had phases of, like, I would have, like, a bubble bath, and then I would bring in, like, the phone, and I would either, like, read Reddit or read a book, or, like, I would, I once propped up an iPad on a stool next to the tub so I could watch a K-drama while taking a bath. And while that was peak living, I also realized that I wasn't really relaxing or enjoying or aware of the bath because I was just so distracted by something that I could do some other time anyway. So nowadays it's more of like a meditative adjacent thing. Sometimes it's fun to be sneaky. I had a phase where I could only read if I was in the bath, and I kept wanting to start more books, so I just kept taking baths. Salute people who can enjoy baths. I get bored. I find it helps for me to have lights be dim and then a candlelit bath, because one, it's relaxing. Like I'll turn off the light and I'll just have like a candle. But secondly, having poor lighting stops me from getting like fixated on like looking at, I don't know, like there's a mark on the ceiling, or there's like a water spot on the tub, or there's like, you know, you've got like a mole on your ankle or whatever. Like it's easier if I just can't see any of that stuff. Yeah. But you don't want to take a bath in complete darkness, because that's just a great way to think about all of the ways that somebody could be sneaking up on you to murder you while in the bath. Thus candlelight. Besides, my dog sometimes will nose his way in and then like stick his head in the tub and then like lick my foot. And if I had the lights completely out and I did not see that coming, I think I would like implode. Read all of Hunger Games exclusively in the bath. That's when you remove brain cell give to chat. Your guys' turn. Yeah, Moose and Kira have the same thing about wanting to be involved at bath and or shower time and wanting to drink the water or lick it off the tub. It's pretty funny. He'll stick his whole head in the shower while you're showering, and his face will get soaking wet. And then he'll just do that for like the entire time. And then later he'll wander out of the bathtub, and then all of a sudden he'll be like, whoa, my face is wet. Who did this? And he'll be like trying to wipe it off with his paws. Saga, are you guys looking at places? I know you were talking about maybe, also don't mind me. The fight's up there. I know you guys were maybe talking about moving out to the country, like where, near a relative's place. Sort of. Exciting. This is embarrassing. This is very much my own fault. Finally got World Awoken done, but admittedly kind of wish Tyvan could fly. At least we got our dungeon boss thing. I loved his little trot. His new animations are so cool. At least he didn't right click Immersives. I couldn't believe that I did that. I'm glad the reset worked. I would have been even more mortified if I'd wiped everybody by just accidentally auto attacking the boss. Partner really wants to move to BC. It's beautiful here. But depending on where you land, it's so expensive. I don't know where you live. Maybe you live in like downtown Manhattan and it wouldn't be that much of a sticker shock for you. But it is real spendy here. Live in Toronto. I was watching some like, I guess like calming aesthetic kind of vlog from like a small YouTuber that lived in Vancouver that was just kind of like showing their studio apartment and their day and stuff. And I was watching it to one, be all like, oh man, even though this place is even smaller than mine, it's like really cute. And secondly, to be like, oh, you know, like if I think Victoria's too busy for me, Vancouver sounds crazy, but this person seems really cozy here. But they lost me when they said they went out for drives for fun in downtown Vancouver. I don't know. They're also like quite young, and you know, living their lives, and great for them. I'm not saying it's a bad thing to do. I'm just saying that's where I cease to be able to relate. Live in Toronto. Yeah, well, you know then. You're aware. Oh dear. Someone who likes to drive, that I don't get. I'm enjoying driving a little more and more every time, but I'm also not going downtown in my car. Drives for fun in this economy, right? I don't know. And they said something like it's a nice day for a drive, and I'm like, well then wouldn't it also be a nice day for like a walk? Or I guess I don't know what bike riding's like down there, but yeah. Yeah, downtown is what the bus is for. If there's public transit, it's good for anything. It's for getting you around in really busy places that have very inaccessible parking and just wild amounts of chaos. I pay roughly $4,000 a month in rent for what can only be described as a prison cell. Okay, well, I now also want you to move to BC. That's a lot. Oh. People end up stuck in places like that because of family and because of work and whatnot. I'm sure there's lots of reasons that it's hard to move. Slowly enjoying driving more. Yeah, it helps when I'm in a place where I'm a little bit familiar with it, so I know what to expect, and it helps when I put more time into it. And I also find it's a little bit easier for me, even though my passengers are all great, and they're cool with me not chatting if I'm not feeling like I'm able to chat at that time. Just being alone in general is a little bit nicer for me because I don't second guess myself as much, and I have more brain cells available to focus on. Like if I'm nervous about driving, then just run through your awareness again. You know, take a look in your mirrors and where you're going and what your next turn is, and you know, like just it helps me to be able to be more engaged in it when I'm alone, basically. Do you like Remix? I like it a lot. I know not everybody does, but I am having a great time. There we go. My dungeons were not very fast today. I think because I was not pressing my buttons quite hard enough. Thank you. Jump into some Mythic Plus. It's random lightning I keep seeing. I don't know. Something... I don't know. My brain started to make something up and then I'm like, you don't know. Can it? Play season 4 for a bit finally? Oh, nice. Get a little infinite armor reading. Alright, so if I'm done, I can turn that in. Safarex, thank you for the 22-month resub. Appreciate it. You wouldn't enjoy my upcoming job driving a 44-ton articulated lorry looking for a supermarket in town you've never been to before. I mean, I betcha if I woke up in a nightmare and was doing your job because you're qualified for it and I'm not. If I survived that for like a month, I would probably feel a lot better about driving in general. I bet you that would take the edge right off. Didn't kill a mob in the first room and it decided that range is more of a suggestion. I still need to do world bosses and at least one raid. And I can get at least an upgrade. And that gave me Traveler's Log progress. How are we doing? Not very big. Okay. I've upgraded 2 items and that's the first thing that we've actually successfully finished. Not to worry. Going back to bed, see? Good night. I say good night even if I'm going back to bed like during the daytime. It's always night night. Floyd here now. Hello. Hope you're having a great stream. Well, thank you. Yeah, it's amazing what a shirt with buttons will do. I want to do a cute little terrace. I still don't want to get into heroic today. I want to do normal. Unless we reach a world where everybody's doing heroic and there are no normals, but I think I can manage here for now. Today's the 1st. That means I can play Remix, get the monthly stuff done. Easy game, easy life. Doing a million DPS yet? Not even close right now. I'll give it a go in the raid. Maybe that'll do it. Aw, that's sweet. That's really nice. Real Luck Floaty's iconic. Are people doing 1 million DPS? People are doing like 8 mil DPS. Many millions of DPS. I'm just trying to make it up to 1. Should be able to finish my Zandalari Warlock and Remix tonight or tomorrow. Nice. That's Remix. I feel like I'm doing less damage than yesterday, which does not make sense. I've got 45,000 threads in my cloak. Last raid I was in, a Shadow Priest did over 4 mil. Dad's on his way to visit, bringing his laptop so we can play WoW together. Aww. Get him into Remix, I think. Nice. I'll eventually get my NA Remix tuned to 70, being very lazy with leveling. There's no particular hurry for the moment. Irchi, with a 28-month resub. Thank you very much. Subscribing like a boss. I saw somebody walking a dog recently that was named Boss. And it was funny because it was just like one of these really tiny little dogs. It was just like strutting along. And then the owner, who's like an older woman, probably like in her 50s, is all like, "All right, boss, let's go." "What's up, boss?" And I came to understand it was like abbreviated from something. His name wasn't like BOSS boss, but I just thought that was so funny. You see your dog, "Hey, what's up, boss?" Kind of owner named their Newfoundland dog Tiny. You know that dog totally believes he is the boss. Yeah. Moose and I went for a big walk yesterday because Moose was not in a hurry. He introduced us to so many people. I need some new small talk lines. I don't got much. And it's hard because like, well, I'll end up overstaying my welcome in a small talk conversation just because my dog won't move. And eventually I can get her to move, but Moose is like, "I don't know. I'm pretty sure they still want to see me longer. Let me sniff their other hand. I bet they want to meet Moose." Exactly. Yeah, I talked to a bunch of people. It was bizarre. Times 100. You mean you don't just say "how about this weather" to everyone? More or less. I'm kind of queen of paraphrasing that. I did have a funny moment where somebody was moving, like they were obviously moving, and I asked them if they had just moved, and they were like, "Oh yeah, you know, we're new here." And then I think I said "welcome to the neighborhood," as though I have any, like, I guess I've lived here for 2 years, but like, who am I to do that? And then I walked away after that being like, what if they think I know things? I hope they don't think that I'm their portal to the social fabric of this community, because I am a dead end. You are the mayor of the neighborhood. When you don't know what to say, ask them about themselves. Yeah. That's a good one. You hear about a lot of people will tell you stories about dogs that they have had in the past. You hear a lot of stories about people's previous dogs when you're walking a dog, because Moose apparently reminds a lot of people of dogs that they once had, which is really nice, but also really sad. But also really nice. You know, it seems to help to talk about them. So sometimes I don't know if I should ask more questions about that dog, because I would like to know. And if it would help them to talk about it, or if I'm just kind of like poking at something that's obviously a little tender. Welcome, Nabo. You mean you're not the local neighborhood watch person? I mean, I'm not a bad neighborhood watch person just because I'm often in the neighborhood and I see things. So like, you know, I am on the ground. If there's like a lost dog or something, there's a chance I've seen it. Yeah. Invitation to ask about the dog. Moose reminds them both of their former dog and their former moose. Sometimes people will see Moose that's staking them out and they'll go, "Oh, puppy, I don't have any food for you," because they think that's the only thing a dog would want, which is, I think, a fair assumption. But I'm just thinking, he would take food. You know, don't get it twisted. He would absolutely take food. Who are we on? Are we on this one? No, we're on that one. But he really just wants to sniff your hands. That's like the main thing he wants to do. He doesn't even really want you to pet him. You can try, but he might dodge you. He really wants to smell everybody. They wouldn't have brought it up. Yeah, I think you're right.
Phase 3.
Someone was telling me about a dog that they had had for 17 years. That's like incredible. It's such a long time to have a doggy for. This is creating a database of all the people on Vancouver Island. He took a stick from a man yesterday. A man was doing like yard work in his front yard, and Moose stared him down, so he came over to chat. And he was holding like a broomstick and then also just like a stick. And Moose was like sniffing the stick, and he's like, "Oh, you like this?" And I'm like, you know, he will take that from you if you're not careful. So he gave Moose the stick. He just started chipping it, and the guy was like, "Oh man, we could have used you like an hour ago." How do you and Moose feel about people who will sit down to cuddle the dog? Do ask the owners first. We're all about it. Although Moose would probably not allow someone to cuddle with him. He doesn't even really. You have to be really lucky to get a pet in on him if you don't know him already. But he really wants to like sniff you and like jump around and kind of try to not play in like a contact way. He'll just kind of like dance around in front of you. But the trick with Moose is to build rep with him by meeting him multiple times, and eventually you can you can get to scritches and on the sides.
2, 1.
Dogs are both about 11 to 12. Moose is a stick thief. He is a stick thief. He's actually like taken, like somebody was at the dog park once and they were holding a stick behind their back for their dog, and Moose like kind of snuck up behind them and jumped and grabbed it like and was like hanging off of this stick. And I don't think the person saw Moose get behind them. That was a bit embarrassing. Moose did eventually give up on the stick. I informed him that was not his stick, and I showed him something else that he could have instead. But like, oh my god. For Moose? Hi, kitty cat. Parents' dog is 14, not food motivated, just wants to be pet. There was a dog at the dog park once that had come and sat right up in front of me, and because I'm used to Moosey, who wants treats and sniffs but not necessarily to be pet, I didn't clue in that dog wanted to be pet until its owner told you, like, she wants you to pet her. Because she was like sitting in front of me staring up at me, and then eventually she would go woof, woof. I'm like, I don't have any treats for you. And like, no, just pet the dog. Oh, okay. You don't have to tell me twice. Hi. Hi. How you doing? What are you doing this afternoon? You got plans? You got availability in your schedule for a nap? I think I need one.
Phase change. Lads.
I have to tell you once, it seems. Yeah, I'm like I'll give my dog a hand in front of them to sniff if they want, but because I just know how Moose really doesn't like being pet over his head or anything like that. I don't usually pet a dog unless it makes it like abundantly clear that that's what it's after, just because I don't want to make any doggies uncomfortable. They're all different. Terraria making event with my sister. The guy brought his dog. She asked if she could pet the dog. He said yes, and the dog bit her, and the guy said, "Oh, he bites." What? Wow. That's pretty wild. Moosey was a little nippy when he was like a baby, but I'm glad that he's kind of let that go. I feel much better about him saying hi to people now, or even like playing with strangers, because I don't think he's going to chomp them. Alright, let's press the buttons a little harder this time. Maybe actually use the green one, whatever that's called. Call of the Wild. And I'll do it. I got number 2. 580k. Thank you. Did I loot this? I did. Okay. Did I loot this? I didn't. I forgot. Haha. Cash. Bronze cash. So many people that take offense when you aren't a dog person. Yeah, that's not very fair either. Sometimes Moose will want to meet someone who doesn't want to meet him, and that's always totally fine. Like, I would never let him like approach somebody all the way if they haven't consented to meeting my dog. Not everybody's gonna be a dog person. That's reasonable. Moose pulled the most enormous stick out of a bush this morning. He stuck his head into a bush, and I was nervous because sometimes you don't know what he's going to come out of there with. That's always a little spooky. But he came out with like a huge stick, and he found it really fast. Like he knew it was there. It was a bit spooky. It was like he stashed it there on an earlier occasion. And you always have to be a little extra careful if he's walking around with a big stick, because he gets so excited when he gets somebody, starts like prancing with it. But also sometimes they're like a couple feet wide on either side, and people street park, so I need to make sure I keep him clear of cars, because the last thing I need is my dog like scratching someone's car with an enormous stick that he's carrying around. And I don't think Moose knows that he's got a wide load when he's doing that. Stick sensor went off the charts. Is it fairly normal in Remix to have a single player like the Paladin? Yeah. It just takes like one person really to carry a raid. It's probably just somebody that was fully geared. They were not even quite fully geared actually. 461, 476 is item level cap in Remix. But there's a huge gulf between people that have upgraded all their gear and people that haven't yet. I've been upgrading my gear, but you can see I'm clearly not quite there yet. I'm believing. Oh, Traveler's Log progress. I'm keeping at it. Never give up. Never surrender. More upgrades. Mm-mm. 383 for me now. Does he speak softly when he carries the big stick? I feel like that's a reference to something I don't understand. I want to go world bosses. Let's do Isle of Thunder first, actually. Currently getting carried through vaults. It's rather nice. Did you buy all the stuff you want? I got all of the mounts, but I want to get a ton more transmog. I just want to get this character as upgraded as possible first, because I feel like I have plenty of time to do that. And because I'm very invested, I'm feeling very satisfied by every little extra bit of power I'm able to scrape. The carry aspect is something that makes Remix so chill for me. I want to be one of the carries. I also want to do a lot of quests, and I can't really explain why. They're very satisfying to do at max level because they go really fast. I was doing some Claxy quests and Dreadwaste quests yesterday, and it's just really fun to, I don't know, be able to just like blow up big piles of stuff. Basically, anything that I can tag will just explode eventually. Sometimes it doesn't even get all grouped up before my gems have made an end of it. And you get like bronze and stuff for doing that. If you're enjoying the journey, why not? Exactly, yeah. Apparently the gear isn't linear, exponential. That's the hope I'm clinging to. Dread waste rares 10 times fast. Dread wish. Do you know there's a kitty cat here? I guess you can see a little bit of her. I finally did her nails the other day. Yesterday? I'd been talking about doing it. She doesn't get like hissing mad. She's just like, Mom, Please, pick a cat, stick on her back, grab a foot. But you had some real sharp ones. You had a couple of stabbers on there. Claxy quest and quest givers are tightly grouped, makes them even more enjoyable. Okay, so let's pick up our key. 10 lesser charms of good fortune. 1 key to the Palace of Leishen. We're going to try and do a little better. And remember that the lever is on the left side of the final room, but the pathway is on the right side. Not get wildly confused. Although I can't say that I won't get I can't promise that I won't get stuck on whatchamacallit. The traps and stuff. I have a little more health than last time. That's something. Jump over the Mogu traps. I'm able to do that with disengage. I haven't had any luck just like jumping though. I guess I could also take like a different cogwheel gem for this, but I don't have it on me right now. Yeah, I don't want to go back and get my gems. They're all in my bank. Hazel yesterday? Garrosh shoulder dropped in retail? Congratulations! Because, yeah, that's what I have right now is Trailblazer. Oh, can I just have this? Oh, cool! I got an achievement, too. Not like a good achievement, but an unachievement. Something. Let's do the Trove first, and then we'll go look for Nalek second, I think is my plan. But the thing I need to remind myself here, and I'm going to remind myself one more time, is that any amount of Trove of the Thunder King is better than not doing it, which is the life I was living before. So even if I totally flub it, looting literally any chest at all is better than nothing. Ow. I always get that one. I always think that I can just like walk across it. And I guess I kind of can, but oof. Okay.
Kill Big Ad.
I got pretty super stuck on this part yesterday because I didn't go, I did it in a bad order. But here we go. I'm not trying to jump up to anything. Oh. Well, the good news is I have more health than before. Whoa! Not my pet's flying. No! I swear! I think I must just be walking away from that lever just like a little bit too fast every time. Oh. Crying out loud. Alright, how long we got left? 3 minutes. I need to make sure that I for sure get to the end. I guess for sure it's a strong word. So I know the lever's over here. I was nowhere close to that. I disagree. And we make sure we fully pull the lever all the way. Dear me. And then after, we can take any extra time we have and we can loot any more chests in this area.
Shockwave.
Couple of spools. Not like a ton of legendary ones like the first time we came through here. Oh, there we go. That's what I'm mainly here for. The bronze is nice, but the threads are really what I'm after.
Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4.
Yeah, not nothing. Oh boy, 100 rep with the Shadow Pan Assault. My total cloak rank is at 46,500 threads currently. All right. Echo of Cross? Huh. We can probably kill him. Let's do the world boss first, though. Have just purchased the prod share from the post. Nice. Have all I need. Part of me, I haven't priced it out, but I feel like it's going to be hard for me because I really like the water gun transmog. I feel like that would be so fun for my hunters. But I also really like a lot of other stuff, and I don't know how much I'm going to have to actually spend. Whoa, that's a lot of people to invite. Okay. Goes in no time. But you gotta do all the legendary bosses. You get a greater spool. 180 Versa. Hear me out. The Bikini Mog and the Super Soaker for Remix. But won't Smelly Squidgy from the Frog Safety Team get cold in a bikini? You know, like the Murloc onesie is nice and toasty. She's ready for anything. Next remix goal, Hit bronze cap. Oh, holy. I suppose I'll do this quest. Pandaria is the jungle. You can't tell me this doesn't look chilly. It is raining. Everything is like a grim color. What does Squidgy smell of? Jasmine? Cinnamon. Cinnamon and cloves. She vaguely reminds you of Christmas cookies. That is the color of moist. I don't know. I think the main reason I'm doing this quest is because he told me do not go alone, and of course that makes me want to go alone. I'm easily influenced. That is a phrase I never want to say again. It was all humid outside today. It was that kind of like medium warm humidity where it's like it's just been raining a lot, but it's not raining right now kind of thing. It was nice. It was good. An influencee. So after we get done with Isle of Thunder, we can use our 15-minute Hearthstone to scoot back to town. And then I guess go north again, because I'm going to want to go do Shaw of Anger and then also Undasta as well. How are we doing on our trading post? Okay, we're doing okay. We've got 400 of 1,000 points. We've apparently earned 13,000 bronze this morning. That's actually kind of a handy way to keep track of how much bronze you've earned in a given day, because I never let it stack up long enough to find out how much I've actually got. I've got 6 of 10 daily quests done, 12 of 25 regular quests done. I don't even know if you can make it through my absorb shield. How much damage am I doing? Not that much. Never mind. Ooh, loads of threads though. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 purple threads. And 119 bronze. That was worth running all the way over there. Hi, kitty. Use the card. But those are consumable. I only have 19 of them. Besides, my Hearthstone will send me to Vale. I joined a guild. It's on a 15-minute cooldown now. We were struggling for like a week and a half when I wasn't in a guild yet. You can join like your regular guild too. Like there's nothing stopping you from joining your normal retail guild. And that will also give you a shorter cooldown. I just hadn't done it yet. Am I the only one who pronounces it? Undasta. In all caps every time. I mean, he's very big. It seems reasonable. Sounds fair. Can't believe that we're at the halfway point of the year, more or less. We're into month 6 of 12. I guess you have to wait until halfway through June to be technically halfway, but still. Holy. Can't hear you. Spring just started, surely. People making their summer plans. Actually, I think people have already made their summer plans. Use the ritual stones. Yeah. I guess I'll have that quest, but I'm not going to keep it tracked or anything. All right, let's get out of here. 46k threads. It's not enough. We need more. How many bones of Manaroth did you get from the heroic raid? 4. I got 4. Because I had 1 already from normal raid, and I'm at 5 now. I have not had the stamina to do Siege of Orgrimmar every day, although maybe I'll make it through it today. It's good bronze, certainly. Another epic mastery gem. A little extra stamina. Nice. Yeah, I'm just going to kind of hold on to the bones and figure however many. Yeah, I need 38 if I'm going to get everything available, including tusks and all of the heirlooms. I figure I'll worry about that at like the end of the event. Or maybe after I've got more power. I need to update my stream deck so I can just put that on a hotkey. Any luck with Shaw of Anger? I didn't think I would have this much stamina to do every world boss in Pandaria every day, but the legendary spools really talked me into it. I want the threads. There we go. Siege is so big, takes a long time just to run the raid even when soloing it. Yeah. Yeah, and there's a lot of like unskippable RP and I don't know. I think I'm just going to wait in this queue. We can scrap a couple extra things. I've decided I'm not using armor leech or speed gems. I've got enough of that stuff on my gear. How many threads are you at? I want to know how far behind I am. I have 46,923, but I would caution against using me as a benchmark. I would also kind of caution against using a benchmark at all. Nice to have rain this late in the year. Past few years were dry from like March to October. If you finish all you wanted to do in Remix, you have to wait until August 19th for the character to get released into retail. You can't opt out early. Spoils and Galacrass make Siege so obnoxious. I just want to be able to help more next time. I guess I haven't done a normal recently. Normal Siege probably would go just fine. Heroic is tons of bronze. It's just it's just long and dangerous, especially without cheese. Some extra mastery. Let's go see if we can do Undasta. Yeah, exactly. Hovering over the hourglass that is part of Narcissus lets you check your gem. The cloak rank is the thread count. So far, there's one toon that does 98% of raid killing, and I'm falling behind looting bronze. Weird to feel so useless. Yeah. It does go a lot slower if you don't have that player in the raid, though. It is still like possible to clear the raid with people that are kind of a more similar power level, but it goes a lot. It takes a lot longer to get through. Yeah, it's true. Siege difficulties don't share a lockout. Would bake all the carriers cookies if I could. So I have 20k stamina. almost up to 5k agi. And my other stats are kind of in the 4 to 6k range, my secondaries. Okay. Keep an eye out for it coming up. Find some stuff to kill in the meantime. I was so proud of myself the first time I soloed a Zandalari Warbringer. That was when I first felt like my gear was actually paying off and getting stronger. Oh, hey, the pet dropped. Was the first time I soloed a Warbringer because of how badly they were smacking me when I was like just leveling and also fresh 70. I could not possibly do it on my own. Here we go. That's all we needed. I am going to have to use Noswin's voucher. My Hearthstone's still on cooldown. 180 mastery. We need to do Gallion and then the Timeless Outworld bosses too. And then maybe I'll feel strong enough to do some... I mean, I guess I am strong enough, but like maybe I'll feel inclined to do some more normal raids. I don't know why Terrace of Endless Spring doesn't feel like doing a raid to me. I guess just because there's basically no trash. There's not a lot of travel time, and the raid entrance is right behind Shrine, or at least right behind Alliance Shrine. For some reason, that one just speaks to me. It's just like, I'll do that just to get the raid daily done. How are we doing? 25 quests. I guess I could also just find some quests to do just for trading post credit. Nothing says they have to be in nothing says that they have to be done on a leveling character. You do get extra credit for leveling a character, like gaining levels on a character in Remix is one of the things that you can get credit for. Galleon time? Yeah. It's nice that people still list these. I know I listed one earlier, but it makes it a lot easier to just kind of get your round of dailies done. You can almost auto-run it as well. Stick a block in your W key. Mm-hmm. No trash is lovely. Wish it was the norm. Okay. Thank you. I don't know why, but I'm really interested if Blizzard ever spits out remix infographics for social media like they did for Plunderstorm. I want to see some stats. I want to see some data. I want to see, like, I don't know. I guess I'm just going to say things like, you guys collected 9 billion threads or whatever, but like I guess I'm curious about what the average player, like some medians. Because it's hard to tell whether or not you're doing like an average amount of progression when somebody that has done more than you is going to dwarf you so heavily on the meters because of the way the numbers work. XXXX frogs were killed. Yeah. Not by me. I'm a proud member of the frog safety team. It's cool you can get threads just from these little things. I got a mastery thread, I got a stam thread, I got a haste thread just now. That's 12 haste I get to keep. Sort of. Fastest boss kills. Proud member of SPEW, which includes frogs. I want to know how many noodle scenarios are done. I'm sure there's people that are still using the noodle scenario to get their scenario daily done without having to like interact with any other people. Frogs before bronze. I don't want to end up tanking it again. This person has an actual group for Shu and I would join it. I think. Love the noodle shop. Switched off the XP bar and remix. Chill and fun to quest. I'm gonna use these drafts of power a little bit more often. It's 3% extra agi for half an hour and I have 144 of them. Oh yeah, I never ended up taming a Mushin. I wanted one for a ferocity pet. That was more ferocious than just the cat. Person's similar power to me. Sometimes it's also kind of fun to like look at other players and see how they're doing relative to your own cloak. Ooh, 458s. They've been gaming. Oh, that's a lot of agi. Can we do it? Tame him. He is a beast. Can I use beast lore on him? Eyes of the beast. That's not what I want. It's like pet utility or something. Don't mind me like trying not to auto attack him. First remix DH still below 600k, nowhere near a million. My first character is has been abandoned. I ended up gearing up my second one. Even that tiny little head start you get from the cloak on your second character felt like something I wanted to bring with me. Okay. Some haste. And then let's go do the long run around to Ordos. If hunters were allowed to tame the four celestials, I'd be happy. I didn't get any rep, I don't think. Actually, that's not true. I got 500 Black Prince rep. 500. What am I at in general? Friendly. Rolled a second priest for fun to see how much I could crank their stats. I haven't done many Timeless Isle rares. I haven't been like hanging out in the Timeless Isle, I guess. I think that's kind of required if you wanna farm the rares. They give good threads, but I don't know. I guess if you were grinding mobs here. That one's always up. Daily reset helps a lot with that rep. I think I'm not worried about getting all reps done, or like even close to it. I was excited to do reps as they pertain to meta achievements. I was excited to get all of the different zone meta achievements done, and sometimes I would finish a rep in service of that, but just on their own, I think I'm okay. The only meta achievement I have left is a Claw of Eternus title, and I'm okay if I don't get that. I think I will eventually, but I'm tabling it for the moment. I guess I could still get a Greater Bronze Cache for finishing more of these things. Although some of them I only did on shellfish, and they were not completed by Squidgy, so Squidgy could get a greater bronze cache too. I thought there was a rare up, but I don't see it. I think I don't understand that one. You won't max out Nat Pickle? Not very salty of you. Listen, what if I'm already salty? I get excited by that crane statue every time. Wait, it's a rare. It's up. It's always up. The Ordos run is probably the longest thing that you have to do for one legendary spool. It is a lot of threads, though. There's a rare all the way down there, but I don't want to jump down. It's too far. Those cranes are awesome. You do get decent bronze for doing it. Any Ordos? I like that I'm not the only one remixing in the Murloc onesie. I feel like we're like a special kind of cult. Cult the blur. Or maybe it just reminds me of running around BlizzCon in like a big Murloc onesie. A bunch of people do it. It's pretty comfy. Yep, it's Guy. Thank you for the 41-month reset. Somehow got the name Murky and a gnome, so I run around in it. Nice. 41 months. Holy smokes. And our greater spool. Alright, so that's every world boss done. I wanna do things that are gonna progress me on Trader's Post, because I want to shop, but I don't really want to get off of Remix. So earning bronze would be good. Doing quests is probably pretty easy. Dungeon bosses, raid bosses. I might quest for a little bit. That might work. Question is where? Dread Waste, maybe? What do you get from the world bosses? The main thing I'm after is you'll get a legendary spool for killing each one each day, which gives you a big chunk of threads for your cloak. Yeah, more than 2 campaigns. Because a number of these zone metas I did without doing the campaign at all. But let's quest over here, because I think this will go fast. I think it'll be good for Tender. And I think it'll also give me decent bronze and threads too. Especially if I just kill a bunch of extraneous mobs in the area. Find a few mini farms. Because I'm 383. I want to be 400. Which just means I just need tons of bronze. Let's start by... let's pick it up north here. May as well. Plus, if we finish the whole zone, we'll get a bronze cache for that too. Bottle amounts? Yeah. Oh, yeah. We did that in like the first 2 days. It helped that I didn't need any of the expensive ones. All of the expensive mounts that were raid drops and world boss drops and whatnot, I had those already. Because I'm lucky. And I have farmed them. Alright. Pray for quests that don't need me to read too much. Go place kill people quests. Those are good ones. We move so fast. I love all this movement speed. I get 12% from pathfinding, and then I get 60% from Trailblazer when I'm out of combat. Can't get myself to farm bronze for T-Mogs. There's so many for so many classes and armor classes. Yeah, true. I feel like I'm going to want to clean them all up, but I think that's just because I want excuses to play this character after she's got all her gear upgraded. I don't want to like get her gear fully upgraded and then feel like I'm done. I want to enjoy that for a while, but I feel like I will only enjoy it as long as I have things to farm. So I'm kind of excited that I have a bunch of stuff that I'm going to want to buy after I get her gear all done. I haven't done the math for how many days of this is going to take me to get my gear completely finished. It might be better if I don't know. Kitten's watching your stream too. Aww. Give pets for me. Nothing wrong with that. Kalios, thank you for the 7-month resub. Appreciate it. Okay. This one. This one. What will happen to your gear when your character moves to retail? I think we're getting changed out for some template gear. I heard a bad rumor that it might be 424, but I'm sure by then we'll be close to pre-patch time. I'm hoping, so we'd be able to just get into some catch-up gear if we wanted to play the character in the War Within. Okay. Oh yeah, we got lots of stuff we can do here. This is excellent. Let's do the circle objectives first. Yeah, I guess if it goes really fast like this, there's kind of a temptation to just like replaying all of the campaign. It might be able to compete with raid clears, at least normal raid clears for threads and bronze if you're going really fast. I don't know. I think I'm just trying to make excuses so I don't have to go into raid. I don't mind raiding in Remix, but it's the thing that I run out of stamina for first, I think. Because you don't feel as much like you're making a big impact. Like when I do this, I get to feel powerful. I get to feel like my character's actually pretty strong. Monks? Yeah. What's the appeal of grinding borrowed power in Remix? Do big damage. Look big on meter. Besides, isn't every power in WoW borrowed? You know, even if you get like Bis gear in a patch, the next patch comes out and you got to do it all over again. I don't see how this is all that different. I'm supposed to deliver a eulogy, which is awkward when I don't remember. Oh, we're listening to his eulogy. Okay. I don't have to do it. Feeling that, especially with TOT and SOO. They're too long. Those are the two that I specifically do the least. Ready for another round of Hazel guesses which team wins the sports thing? I mean, alright, but it's only fun when I win. And it really is random. Because you know I don't know what I'm talking about. You know I'm just picking one at random. And it's strange, but I'm going to be a little bit bummed out when I find out I'm not actually psychic. Right? It's a Super Bowl all over again. What's going on in here? Ooh. Oh. Things to clear. Oh, sorry, pet. I got Huey a little bit in over his head. I need to get my yak fur back from the I think he's just dying to these beams here. The bank, so I can use it on the Timeless Island stuff. 100% track record. Oh. The best football clubs of Europe find it. Who is the best? It's Real Madrid versus Borussia Dortmund. I mean, one of those I heard about while watching the David Beckham documentary. And then one of those I've never heard of. No water gun on Squidgy? I haven't done the trading post yet. I'm still getting progress on the post. Yeah, I think I'm leaning towards Dortmund because it's not the one I've heard of, and therefore it's not what I would be expecting. Oh, poor Huey. Bold underdog pick. I like it. Mm-hmm. It's the bridesmaid of the German league. That must mean something. I don't know what it means. Does that mean they never win? Listen, they made it this far. You know, they just gotta believe in themselves and their team and their dreams and other things that rhyme. Means they come in second a lot, never win the championship. Oh. It doesn't mean that they have to, like, do a lot of free admin and coordination and calling everybody and finding sewing kits and Tide pens last minute. They probably do that. Paris heroic group fell apart at Shaw. Oh no. I have a feeling I was meant to do something while I was on the other side of that thing, but I didn't do it, and now I've gone all the way around this thing again. Good news is that we run pretty fast. Bad news is my pet keeps dying. 2 raids away from the Claw of the Eternus title. Back to bronze farming. Nice. Well, at least we're getting threads for running laps around this place. Find the heart root of Caparivore. And then also... Oh, I see. So he's in the amber. We need to get him out. Can I just, like... Nope. I was hoping that would work. Actually, that's a dumb question. I was going to say, who does your heart want to win? But I think one of those teams is probably more local to you than the other one. It's like I've decided how I'm a Whitecaps fan, even though I don't know anything about soccer, and evidently they don't win very much. But they have a fun mascot. Where on earth are you going, bud? Harold. So my pets can cross this barrier that my character cannot cross at all. But they, like, get smoked for most of their health every time they do it, even though they have almost 1 million health. Is there a thing I was meant to loot over here, I guess is a question. Or is this from something else? Alright, I won't worry about it. I think maybe that guy. Okay, I need to get out of this cave. I've been here for years. Oh, Huey. Huey, be careful. Huey, please. Huey's dead again. Imagine if this was like classic where your pets, when they die, they lose friendship with you and eventually they're just like, to heck with this, I'm out of here. And they abandon you forever. Huey would have been long gone. You just can't walk under the beam, bud. Alright. I feel like I came here too soon. I was supposed to come here after some other stuff. We'll worry about that later. Don't care that much. Madrid is the better team. Dortmund is the better story. So if I wanted fragrant core wood, is it like that? Something I can loot over there. I just get excited now whenever I see just like large packs of any mobs. Because you can, you know, you do the multi-shot and they explode. Oh yeah, that is how I get fragrant core wood. Plus we can do big pulls now. Some speed. And the other thing that makes me feel better about Remix is every day I know that like I'm doing this much damage today, but tomorrow I'm going to be doing even better. I just keep it up. You'll make it one day. I'm 44 years old, been playing WoW since 05. Playing Classic era. How do you make good, wholesome friends to play with? Can you still make friends, or is it pretty much a solo game? People do it. People meet people. People make friends. I'm sure it's possible. I don't know if my advice can be relied upon to be practical because I'm really lucky and I haven't had to do it in a very long time. When you find a good team, you hold on to them with both hands if you can. But yeah, connecting with other people that have the same kind of interests and the same kind of values and vibe as you is easier said than done, but it is possible. People will trial with different guilds. They will, what else? Look around in different places for communities, things like server forums, things like discords, sometimes streams. Yeah, people can play solo, and it's fun, and I do it too, but if what you like in WoW is that magic of conquering content with a group and having a social group to play with, I wouldn't give up on looking for it, even if it's tough. You guys have any, you guys in chat have any inspirational stories of having found some people, like in the last year or two? I know some people have been looking for groups. Fred and I joined a guild. We have a really close group of friends we raid with weekly. Joined the WoW Made Easy community. Have found many friends. Yeah, I used to sometimes meet people just like in LFG, running dungeons or arena groups and whatnot. If you played with one person a few times in a row, and like it seemed fun, they'd ask to add you sometimes. We used to meet different guilds that way. There we go. 25 quests. We're halfway there. Question is, am I barking up the wrong tree? I'll get another 100 points if I do another 25 quests to get up to 50. I don't know if the starter quests count if you skip to cloak. I don't know. It's a good question. Thanks for the raid guides. Oh, thank you. I have enough bronze to almost upgrade into the PC gear. How fast do I feel like I'm going to be able to do 25 quests? Didn't I also have one just to do like daily quests? I might have done that already. I guess there's earning 25,000 bronze. I guess what I'm going to do is I'm going to see if I can find myself a Heart of Fear group. Although it is almost 11. I need to take a break. I'll be right back. One sec. Have you met Kitty Cat? Alright, I gotta scooch the chair, Kitty, but I'm gonna seatbelt you. We're good. Okay, I was looking for some version of Heart of Fear. Quick run, 3 bosses down. Nah, we want fresh, but that one's already got 6 people, and I think you can only do it in 10s. I don't know how hard Heart of Fear would be on Heroic. Presumably easier than Siege Heroic. I guess I can sign up for a few. Well, they say 400. What am I? 383? I don't know. I feel like if I'm on the fence about doing it in the first place and I want it to be fast, normal is the way to go. Worst heroic is Throne of Thunder. Mm-hmm. Alright, well, if we're in the group, then we definitely want to vaguely head over there. Dark Animus, Dormammu, or Death. Yeah, that is a thing that I will be attempting much later in Remix. Why am I flying in laps? I was looking for the raid entrance. That's the stuff. That's where it is. Got some people in here that are just working on getting their necks. Should be good. Plus, I think I can get more Trader's Tender for just killing more raid bosses in general. And it'll be good bronze, which we also need. Because I want to go shopping before the end of today. Wait, how did it go backwards? What do you mean? I was at 500, I swear. I was like halfway there. I'm reloading. Yeah, I want to go shopping. So jarring going to any other zone after looking at Pandaria for 3 months. Okay, I don't know. It's probably like a quirk because I also noticed that the remix section is gone from the Traveler's Log while I'm zoned into this dungeon, so that just has to be like a wacky bug. Oh, there it is. Although, if you could, could I not worry about that? Need more plant pots for my balcony. Stores are all out. Oh. Sometimes around here, you can get lucky and you can score some that people just set out on the curb for free. People like rehome things, including planners. Report theft. Hazel, would you fight in the UFC? Dana White rocks after you, offers you $3 million for a fight. I feel like that's basically just asking if I would get beat up for $3 million. And I think the answer is yes. Assuming that I am liable to make it through without any permanent disability. Half of WoW could be described as a wacky bug. I don't think I could launch any kind of an actual attack though. I don't got it in me. I also don't know who Dana White is, but I'm assuming she's very good. People do that here too. Not with plant pots. Those are considered a holy commodity for this area. They certainly disappear quickly. It's nice having places that I can take things that I need to rehome and just like leave them out and then somebody will pick them up because it's like donating things without having to actually like make arrangements. We've seen you cuss this week. Now you need to throw a punch. I don't need to throw a punch though. I really don't. Dana's a he, has significantly less hair than you. Oh. Yeah, I don't know. Oh, he's the CEO, I see. I thought they were going to be fighting me personally. Yeah, fighting for sport's not really something that's ever particularly appealed to me. I don't even like watching it. It's just not for me. It's okay that it's for other people, but it's just not for me. Why if I press my cooldown like that? Yeah, it'll come back up, I suppose. Don't look now, but you're the carry. I betcha somebody will start pumping once an actual boss comes into play. And also, that somebody called Yori. There's a 379. Okay, they have less gear than me, but they're doing more damage. It's embarrassing. Kitty's moved on. I had to go visit Moosey on my break. He's taking a nap on the couch. He's so cute and lovey when he's sleepy. He's just like a big fluffy teddy bear. Big floppy ears. He's got a new habit, which is that he'll like nose boop like your hand or your pocket when he wants something. And he was doing it to me last night when I was brushing his teeth, because I guess he wanted me to brush his teeth. He like led me over to the spot where we do it. Mom, my turn. Me. I thought that brushing dog teeth would be harder than brushing cat teeth for some reason, but it is not. He is very much all about anything that gets beef flavored dog toothpaste into his mouth. He's pretty accommodating. Mark of arrogance. I guess they're using different gems than me. I haven't been swapping out gems or anything. I know some people will use like an AoE set and then like a melee set, or single target set rather, and I haven't been doing that at all. My dog could never hold the brush right to get all of his teeth. Yeah, it's tough with paws. I guess I need to be prioritizing kill command a little bit more. I've been prioritizing barb shot a little too much, I think. Yeah. Don't get me wrong, you want to keep your frenzy up, but like, I think if I can kill command, I should be kill commanding. Least played spec on any class. Has to be something like a... What would my least played spec be? Survival Hunter. Frost DK. Discipline priest. Yeah, true. I'm a priest main and I've never heard of discipline. Couldn't be me. Yeah, I'm not doing millions of damage, but I'm doing enough to help. I've played on Holy DK for like 15 minutes. It appeals to me because it's a pet class, kind of. Yeah, lots of people love Disc Priest. Disc Priest is a great spec. It's just kind of a meme that I don't like it. Not for any particular reason. You could blood DK on scary. Well, shucks. Maybe she'll have another arrow one day. Night Flame was gonna be Havoc, but he ended up being Vengeance because I couldn't bear to wait in DPS queues for time walking. And I was like, okay, I'll tank as long as nobody expects me to know what I'm doing. Yeah, I prefer Holy. But generally, sometimes like one will be better than the other. Sometimes you'll have a patch where Holy is the thing and sometimes Dis is the thing. In recent years, they've both been close enough that you can get away with playing either. So you just play what you like. Play what you feel like you're good at. Fun Hazelark with a random blood DK. The randomizer was so fun. That's such a good trick to have up your sleeve for if WoW is getting a little bit stale and you want an ult, but you don't know what you want to make. It's just force yourself to make something you never would have made in the first place. with just by randomly rolling it on a website. Definitely need a remix randomizer alt. I have like a list of remix alts that I want to make that aren't even randomizer alts, but I can't bring myself to level any of them because I'm having too much fun on Squidgy, and I feel like I'm just so close to being great, you know? Like, I always feel like the next legendary spool or the next level of item upgrades or the next, you know, just another 50k bronze or whatever, and then I'm gonna be like made. And of course, it's never quite true. It's always the next one around the corner, but like, I can't stop right now. Advice for a new healer? Make sure you're nice and comfy with your raid frames. And try out mouse over healing if you haven't. All I do is I turn on mouse over casting in the settings. I just enable that check mark. And then instead of targeting people to heal, just mouse over their frame and press the button instead. And saves a lot of clicking. Makes it easier to kind of like flexibly heal a bunch of different people. Is the boss is in there somewhere. We should pop our cooldowns. Turn off chat. Yeah, never take it too seriously when somebody complains about healing, because 99 times out of 100 they're projecting. And even if they're not, as long as you've done your best, that's really all you can do. You know, you can learn more about your class, and you can practice, and you can, you know, look up fights and get used to them and stuff. But like, you know, don't get too pressed about what people say about you if at all possible, because people tend to sometimes be a little harsh on healers. Excited for beta this week. Yeah, in-game mouse over is nice. It's still, the one thing about the in-game mouse over toggle is that it will toggle mouse over on for all of your spells and not just the friendly ones, which can take some getting used to. If you're used to your hostile spells being target only and your friendly spells being mouse over, and you wanted that specific thing, then you would still want to use macros, because enabling mouse over will enable it for everything. I just got used to it. I just got used to having mouse over turned on my healers for their DPS spells, and it's kind of nice. You can just kind of like, I don't know, dot up a bunch of stuff with Shadow Word Pain or whatever without needing to tap target. But yeah, maybe it would be weird for disc. I don't know. Yeah, I bet Holy Shock would be a bit funky too. More healer recommendations. I don't know. I'm not like a theory crafter or anything. I'm no automatic jack. My next recommendation is make sure you look real cute in your mog, because that's going to make you heal better. Feel better, heal better. Yeah, there's all kinds of like sweaty tryhard things you can do within like a raid to really try to optimize your throughput, and sometimes that's a fun game to play, to like run logs through analyzers and find, oh man, I could have pressed this cooldown this many more times, or like the players that parse really well tend to use this cooldown at this point of the fight. Maybe that's like a good opportunity to use it, kind of thing. But you know, if you're just like healing a dungeon or living your life, you can pretty much feel it out. It's not terribly complicated. Experience helps. Not so much in making you really, really good at it, but just making you more comfortable, which can help you be better. The big thing that tends to get in the way of my performance is usually if I get really nervous about something and I start feeling very self-conscious. That's never very good for my throughput. So the more calm and comfortable I can feel, the better. And that just came with time. 26 and sunny, day needs to go frolic outside. Be a flower. Be the Ann Getty baby, but in grown-up form. Use sun protection. be such a flower. So much sun protection. Good, 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 good. Better Wardrobe and Transmog is the add-on that you're looking for non-listed sets in collections. Am I a bad healer if I have a habit of letting people die who consistently do not care if they stand in bad stuff? No. If some people are beyond saving. I will heal people like that if I'm done healing everybody else and I'm trying to parse or something like that, but I'm lucky that I don't really have people like that in my regular groups. At a high enough difficulty level, standing in something like that is just going to get them killed so fast that there was no healing them in the first place anyway. Healing is kind of like a weird paradox of a difficulty curve where the hardest healing in the game is not necessarily healing the hardest content. The hardest healing in the game is like, there's kind of like a midpoint where the content has gotten hard enough that it really matters when people don't like stop things or when people overpull or when people like get extra aggro from extra trash or whatever. But that isn't so high that people aren't doing those things yet. Like, there's usually a number of like where the pugs are just the absolute dirtiest for healers because you end up with these chaos disaster pulls. And sometimes they're possible and sometimes they're not, but like I've never had to sweat so hard as I have in like a pugged 15 in the previous setup for it anyway. Coordinated groups get drastically easier because people stop things that are dangerous as opposed to just making you heal through it. I've forgotten something important about this. Whoa. All right. That other hunter does so much more damage than me, and they have less gear. That's embarrassing. I'm doing something wrong. Oh, that's true. Maybe they have better cloak power. 5k agi, 5.3k crit. Yeah, they do. They do. Okay. Mystery solved. I'm going to blame the cloak. That's a good point. Yeah, I have more gear, but they have more threads. And we are the same spec. All right. Thanks, everybody. Just confirms I need to farm more threads. Thank you. Yeah, it's the cloak's fault. Time is at 11:13 already? My goodness. Well, we can hearth and we can upgrade a couple things. Scrap a couple of things. It is good bronze. I turned off meters years ago because they didn't align with my class fantasy. I have a habit of turning off meters whenever I don't want to see what they're showing me. I use meters as an ego booster, and if they're not boosting my ego, I don't want to know. Because that's what data is for, right? Supplementing your value of self-worth. Oh, dear. Prismatic gems are not bound at all, so you can trade those to other players. And by trading them to another player, you could then trade them back to one of your alts if you wanted to set your alts up with like really good prismatic gems. I've just been scrapping the ones that I don't use, though. I can't be bothered to do it. Have to have a meter. It's not about other people. I want to see my own number go up over time. That's a good point. How are we doing? All right, now we're back up to 600 because we've upgraded 5 items. We're only 5k bronze away from some more points for that. What about raid bosses? 4 of 10 daily quests. Although that's only for 50. We've defeated 10 of 20 raid bosses. I hate to say it, but 1, 2, 4, 6, 8. There are enough raid bosses in Siege. If I did a normal Siege that was like a fresh one, that would be enough bosses to get another, probably to get a couple of those objectives done. Ordos gets unlocked in Remix. You just run there. It may be the case that you need to get Infinite Power 12 first, though. Hazel, don't right-click Immersius. Don't do it. All right, well, we're into a group. That's good. They're saying something's bugged, but they're working on a fix. I wonder what's bugged. Oh, thanks. Whoa, okay. I would be losing some stam, but I could drop a couple of my legendary Versa gems for epic crit haste and mastery gems. At a certain point, you have like a lot of all of these stats. I'll just leave it alone for now. Careful with that cursor. Why can't you right-click Immersius? Yesterday or the other day in raid, I accidentally auto-attacked him and pulled him while the raid was still forming and summoning people, and then feigned death and swore on stream. I scared myself. I wonder where my damage is going to rank in this group. I found a weak core that tracks my threads earned this session, and it's causing me to farm obsessively. Oh, I might need that. I might need that. Maybe you should curse again for good luck. Why are people offering to trade gems for meteor chips? Really? That's funny. Hi. Someone in chat, this is the slowest fast run. Thread tracker weak core, nice to see how many you get in a session. Does somebody have a, yeah, I'll Google it. Does somebody have a bronze one as well? You can't post a link, but I'll find it. Let me see. Thread tracker weak or bacon. Pandaria Remix cloak thread tracker. Yeah, copy import string. Let's make sure we got weak cores turned on. It'll do me more good tomorrow. Oh, I do have weak cores turned on. When I can start it from scratch. Yeah, let's stick it up in the corner there. So yeah, it'll show me my total threads, threads per hour, threads this session. I love that. Okay, you gotta tell me, what's your benchmark threads per hour then? Titan panel to track bronze gains. Got it, so I don't know yet. Okay. Oh, we're going? We're going. There's a 432 priest. I made it on the leaderboard, though. I'm in the top 7. For the poll, anyway. We'll see how we do later on. Is that the hungry caterpillar is your pet? I've named him Harold. It's like one of my favorite hunter pets that I've ever tamed. I think he's so cute. I also have a water strider. I wanted very like Pandaria feeling pets. My cloak stats are I've got 4,800 agi, 21k stamina, 4k crit, 4k haste, roughly 4k in secondaries, give or take. And at 48k threads. Looks like that one character from Bug's Life. Heimlich, as we determined. There's different colors of them, but the green color has to be the best one. There we go. 24 threads from the boss. That's the other thing, is I feel like I was not really noticing threads I was getting from killing raid bosses, so having this will help me actually like visualize them. Oh, 84 threads. Some of them I guess were just taking their time. Very respectable for a friend of frogs. Blue Eyes, thank you for the brand new sub. Appreciate. I should have at least one frog hunter pet. I don't know what I'm doing. I can't be a member of the frog safety team without a frog, right? Same dude made one for bronze also. Oh, okay. Remix bronze tracker. Copy import string. I like these. They're nice and light. They're not... Okay, they're not totally aligned, which I think is probably going to drive people nuts, but... It'll be good to have the weak cores up so I can kind of quantify what I'm getting from doing a normal siege clear, so I can use that to talk myself into doing it again tomorrow. But now you guys, I guess it's probably tiny, especially if you're trying to view on a phone. It would be like impossible to read, but I do now have a number for my cloak threads that's on the screen, even when I don't have my cloak opened. I wonder if it's going to drive me nuts that I don't have that, Can I show all of them? Yeah. Yeah, that's better. I'll just open the bronze caches as I get them. I thought the thread tracker was at 80. How did I drop down to 60? I'm confused. Oh, opening the weaker window reset it. Okay, all right. That helps. That makes more sense. Okay. Kitty cat's like grunting. Are you sleeping? That's a funny noise you're making. Yeah. I think she's just sleeping. Sorry to out you, Hazel. I left it up for a reason. 1300 open the week or menu now. I'm at 0. I wonder how I got 84 from the first boss, but 60 from the second boss. Unless I like was part way through looting it when I opened the week or window, which might be true. Do you think she judges your noises like that? Oh, absolutely. Anytime any of us make any like out of the normal noises, any animal in vicinity comes to look at you like, "Are you okay? Why are you making that sound? Stop it." And this will just come lick your face until you quit it. How often have you had raids with no progress compared to raids where you finish everything? I think we've finished everything in basically every raid. I think maybe I once wiped on a boss, but I don't think any of the raids have completely fallen apart. Especially like in normals, they generally just get smoked right through. The longest part is waiting for RP. I'm excited about this. I want to experiment with these weak auras and with different farms. I want to kind of use that to get an eye full of how you know, lucrative various activities are, so I can get a feel for what I want to spend my time on after I've done my dailies. Or I guess even if I want to do my dailies, but of course I want to do my dailies. They're dailies. The raid that I have had fall apart was Heroic Throne. That's the only one. Yeah, I haven't done that one yet. That's a big later me problem. For a moment, I thought somebody just died. What should I shoot for in Cape Stats if I want to be effective in normal raids? I don't know if there is like a flat benchmark for that, because you can do normal raids even while you're leveling. You don't need to be fully leveled to start them and to be able to do them and contribute. I don't know if I can give you a number. There we go, up to 156 extra threads. This is normal. This is not mythic. Raid Finder kind of a trap. It's nice that Raid Finder's there, and it's nice that they added a little bit of extra bonus experience you can get for doing it, but normal raids are for sure the way to go if you can at all stomach them in any way, shape, or form. How are you enjoying Remix so far? I'm a big fan. I'm having so much fun. I thought I was going to be just trying to 100% for collectibles, and I do want to do that eventually, but I got sucked into the gear upgrade grind on this hunter. So now I'm chasing bronze for power upgrades. Ow! And, you know, praising the Lords of Stamina that I have enough to not get one shot by that now. Oh, we going? We're going. It's so weird playing with this much haste. We're up to like 600k DPS. Single target with cooldowns. I want to do 1,000,000. Maybe tomorrow. Maybe it'll be next week, but we'll get there. Need more power. For farming bones, which is more efficient, you'll get more bones from heroic than normal. Siege is unique in the Pandaria raids in that the lockouts don't share a lockout. So you could, if you wanted to, do normal and heroic and even mythic siege all in the same week. But I got one bone for my last normal clear and 4 bones for my last heroic clear. So if you can do it easily on heroic, I would. The question is if it's going easily and quickly and it's worth doing. What is your signature cocktail? Something, whatever is easy to order that I feel like won't be an inconvenience to anybody. Least of all the bartender. I think my signature cocktail is staying home and having some tea or like a nice bottle of water. If we're going crazy, we'll have a coconut water, and that's when we're trying to feel real fancy. What's your signature cocktail? Hope someday I'll be as fancy as Hazel. You too can enjoy coconut water if you find them on sale and you choose to purchase and consume them. Says the woman who used to drink wine in the bath. Listen, we've all got a past. I should be clear. It wasn't just wine. It was boxed wine. It was cheap boxed wine. Just to really paint that picture for you. I'm not even ashamed. I'm not even embarrassed. You know, I've lived. I'd say I've learned, but that's not necessarily true. Doing my part for all the beer she left behind. No, it is true. I'm not drinking this year. Just to see how it goes, you know. So far, I'm a big fan. Groceries are expensive enough without me trying to add anything else in there. I'm playing the maximize my my grocery savings games with a combination of loyalty points and flyer sales. If I could get over my fear of Costco, there's problem, and I could like find places to store bulk things that will keep when I'm not using them, I could probably do even better. Because some things that are like not even food, but like I got toothpaste at the grocery store because I was out of toothpaste, and I picked up a tube of toothpaste there, and I didn't check to see how much it was. And I got home and I was looking over my receipt, and this one tube, which is like 70 milliliters of Sensodyne or whatever, just normal toothpaste, was $10. And that seems insane to me. So I think I'm approximately a year in my life away from going that woman that has like an entire closet filled with like a Costco pallet of toothpaste that like, you know, maybe spent like $50 to buy, but it's got like 20 tubes in it kind of thing. Cause, yeah, you know, it's one thing to not drink wine. Toothpaste is something that I need to continue purchasing. I am not willing to live my life without it. I couldn't believe it was $10 though. I guess that's my own fault for buying toothpaste at the grocery store, but I don't know that it would have been wildly cheaper at like a Shoppers or something. Buy bulk for the discount. Yeah, I don't know. The thing you got to factor in with Costco too is the gas that it takes you to get there, because there isn't one in town. You have to get out a little bit, which isn't like necessarily going to make it not worth it, but it is something to take into account because gas isn't cheap either. But it makes me a little extra excited whenever I get something good on sale that I know is like gonna feed me for a bit. There's something kind of satisfying about like trying to min-max your grocery bill. Gas is cheaper at Costco. I actually don't know if these ones have gas stations. They probably do. I wouldn't know. I haven't been. I have a Costco phobia. But I also gas up my car like maybe 3 times a year because I don't drive very much. Gluten intolerant person, Costco, it's life-saving. How are the $5 strawberries? Delicious. They're so good. And I'm eating my bananas while they're still delicious. I'm so proud of myself. I normally forget that I have bananas until after they're too ripe for me. But I got some and I've been eating them, especially because I bought 5 bananas and that only cost me $1.31 because bananas are for some reason magically like almost free. So now I'm trying to figure out how many is a reasonable amount of bananas to eat and how much human life can be sustained on the back of bananas. Don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to be, I'm not trying to go full banana, but you know, I'll throw one on the cereal. I'll have one as a breakfast snack. Something potassium. Yeah, I'm usually notorious for like, there's something in my brain that just wants to save things for later. And that doesn't work out when it comes to things like fresh produce that goes bad. It's a constant point that I am working on, I guess I should say. It's not something that I want to give up on. Banana bread time then. I don't like it. I just don't like it. I don't like the flavor of overripe bananas, and I especially don't like them in baked goods. I know people love that, and I think I love that for them. But banana bread just tastes like a school locker to me. I can't do it. $14 bones of mana raw thin. Pain to farm, especially when you need to use bronze for those, gearing for the raid itself. Where did you go to school? Well, you know how like in school, if you brought a banana to school and it like bananas have a way of having their flavor permeate things. So like if you have a banana in your backpack's going to smell like banana. I'm just not here for sweetbreads. I'm again happy for everybody else, but I want bread to be like crusty and savory and like substantial and like not soft. I want bread to be bread and not cake. I can't deal with the bread cake hybrids. I left a banana in my bag. Thank you so much for reminding me. According to my daughter, I need to add peanut butter cups or chocolate. Peanut butter and banana on a sandwich is good stuff. If it was called banana cake, it would be good? No. I do need to make some sourdough, though. Or at the very least to pull out my starter and feed it again. The poor thing's been hibernating. Can't say I've tasted school locker. Banana slices on pumpernickel with cinnamon on top is nice. Just saying. Carrot cake is all about the cream cheese frosting. I make a carrot cake every once in a while. This stream is bananas. I just, I'm not interested enough to actually research it and figure it out. But I find that there must be some kind of fascinating economic theory of groceries that accounts for why bananas have been affordable even when other things that you would expect to be affordable still manage to get ever more expensive. I don't know why bananas are like the safe thing. Sometimes if I'm feeling real fancy, I'll pick up a couple of avocados, but I didn't do it last time because they were $3.30 each. My cutoff is $2 per avocado. I'm not going over that. If I can get to $1, I'll do it. If I'm under $2, I might get 1 or 2 for the week. If they're over $3, I'm offended and not eating them. You can't make me. Unbelievably cheap considering they come from overseas. Mm. Do you buy organic? Do I look like I'm made of money? Not unless it's on sale for less than the regular thing. It's one of those things that I would do if I was, like, made of money. We have 10 for $1 corn in my local store, but it's old corn. Mm. Vancouver prices are insane. I'm dying. Yeah, it's a bit of an exercise in which things did you used to eat regularly that you've decided you could just do without for a little while. But I can't complain. I got food. I got groceries. I'm not hungry. I mean, I am hungry, but that's just because it's almost lunchtime. It's not because I don't have food. The lights are on. We're doing all right. Miss avocados. Sometimes they'll go on sale. I haven't seen it in a little bit, but I keep an eye on the flyers of a couple different grocery stores, and every now and then I'll be able to get like a bag of 4 of them for like $5, and then I'll do that and I'll have avocado toast for a week, and then it's like a very good week. I haven't embraced bulk barn yet. I probably should. Be good for things like dry beans. Oh, no, that's not a life storm. I almost walked into that because I thought it was going to buff me. Do you do anything other than toast with your avocados? Toast is my favorite thing to do with avocados. Other things that I'll do would be to put them into like a sushi roll or onto a sushi bowl, which is where you make a sushi roll, but you can't be bothered to roll it, so you just stick it all in a bowl. Burrito bowls, same kind of situation, the same ingredients that you would put in a burrito, but with less fuss. You just stick it all in a bowl. Sometimes I'll make guacamole, but it's kind of hard to stomach making guacamole when you're like, okay, this is like $15 worth of ingredients and it's delicious, but like, you know, I could have ordered lunch for that much money. I have not had grilled or charred avocado, but I just like it so much on toast with like a fried egg and a little bit of Cholula that it's hard to justify using it for anything else. Smashed avocado in single servings. I don't know what that is. But we are officially making me hungry. Kill a couple totems, see if that does anything. They have all the usual grocery stores in the island. Never been. Live in Maple Ridge Pit Meadows. We have Save on Foods and Thrifties. There's Bulk Barns. There's Superstore, although not like in town. I think you got to get out to Langford if you want Superstore. Same thing with Costco. What else? A lot of like smaller like local shops as well. Are we going inside? This never happened to me. Yeah, I live in Victoria. We don't have a Piggly Wiggly, or if we do, I have not seen it. Bulk Barn might have to be the next remix name. There's farmers markets too, but those will almost always run you more money than a grocery store with a good sale. Worm bin Bulk Barn, come on. The root cellar. Yeah, I've been. And then I didn't go back. It was just too expensive. It was cool. Kind of felt like I was living in where the it kind of felt like I had gone to visit like the blind mole from Thumbelina. But then, I don't know, I ended up paying like more dollars for celery than I was prepared to live with. Will you do another cooking stream? I don't currently have plans. There's probably a universe in which I one day take a meal prep sponsorship and then I just make one of those on stream. How quickly can you get an alt up to 70 once you already have an alt at 70? People are doing it in 4 hours. That's with using multiple raid clears to really stack up experience in your cloak at 25. I'd watch it. Did it too with a trial account spamming dungeons. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a pretty good number. That's pretty fast. It took me 8 if somebody wants like another point of data. Without min-maxing too heavily, it took me about 8 hours to get Squidgy from 10 to 70 with a fully upgraded alt cloak. Oh, hi kitty cat. How much bronze are we at? We've got 492 threads earned since the last time we reloaded, which was like halfway through protectors. 3k bronze, although we've got a couple more to open. 4k bronze. I want to make apple brownies, but I forgot the apple. It sounds like you're just making brownies. Oh yeah. Traveler's log progress, that's what I want to see. I've never heard of apple brownies. Our home ec class had a recipe for like an apple cinnamon muffin with like a brown sugar cinnamon crumble on top. They were pretty good at the time. I don't know if I would eat them now. Apple and baked goods is delicious, but like I prefer it in pie or something where like the moisture of the apple is like accommodated for. I don't want it to be in something where like the surrounding stuff is gonna like absorb it. Did you cook them over an open fire in your one-room schoolhouse? I did not grow up in Little House on the Prairie. I'd say I wish, but I don't wish. We had a well, but it's not like I was hauling water up from it with a bucket. You know what I mean? I was looking at a property listing that had a well that had a bucket, and I was looking at it like that better just be for the ambiance. That well with a bucket hanging over it better just be for the aesthetic. If they expect me to actually use that, I have questions. Oh, we don't take falling damage. I was thinking, why is everybody jumping off of this thing? Aren't you guys all gonna die? No. I've never cooked an apple over an open fire. It sounds kind of fun. I bet you there's people that have jumped off that being like, oh man, we don't take falling damage, but they didn't have Windweaver socketed, which I think is the Tinker Gem that makes you immune to falling damage. I don't know if I'm convinced by normal siege as a threads per hour or bronze per hour vehicle. I guess I'll have to compare it to other stuff, but it is the only way that I'm likely to get any more bones, so. Even if you die, you respawn at the bottom. Have you ever made a jacket potato over an open fire? No. I want to know where these potatoes are getting their evening dress from. So made it to 72 hours? This is normal. This is a normal siege. I did a heroic siege a few days ago, but I don't want to go back in and do any more heroic raids until I pass like 400 item level, I think. Something like that. I don't have a pet. What happened? Upgrade green gear, wait till blue or purple. I upgraded a few green pieces, and then later when I had epic and rare loot drop in those slots that I wanted to put on an upgrade, the upgrades are discounted. It's something like 5% of how much bronze you spent to upgrade it the first time if you have had a piece that was a higher item level. So I would just upgrade what you have and then catch your future gear up later. We're up to 700k in cooldowns. That's good. That's better. I was doing like 500 at the beginning of the stream, so we are getting somewhere. 817 at the end of that. Yeah, Fury Warrior does get a little bit the short end of the stick on weapons. That sounds like a lot of fun, Melodol. I am item level 385 overall. My gear that I've been upgrading is between 402 and 416 is the level that I'm working on currently. And then I have just shy of 50,000 threads for my cloak. I got weak auras to track my threads and my bronze. Clearing up a little space. I'm pretty sure I don't need any of the loot here. It's basically just if I get epics that have good stats, those are the pieces that I would trade out. I'm pretty happy with my blues. Yeah, the Tinker Gem interface is Narcissus. And it's time for spoils. Everybody's favorite boss. I guess it's not heroic. We'll be fine, right? One and 3 blue. All right. As long as they split up the strongest people, that's the important thing. Don't even remember what these fights do in heroic or mythic. It's been so long. Broke 100k threads. Nice. That was really cute. the raid leader said in chat, "I'm not a good raid leader," and then a whole bunch of people chorused in like, "You're fine, you're doing great." I'm like, "Aw." Wow. That's really cute. This is normal. Never seen spoils done at level before. I mean, at least you have a beat, like another team to go to do the other sides. You don't have to run around and do it all on your own. This looks like a soak. Or a port. There is a High Mountain Tauren monk. And their name is Moo Moo Monk. And I must be tired because that's very funny to me. That's all it takes. I'm not hard. I'm not difficult to make happy. Oh man. Anything else to hit? Is that it? Everything all good? Yeah! That was the smoothest I've ever seen. Also, I'm going up the ramp. Got the name Protwurst for my Dark Iron Paladin. Need my Mechano Monk contraption. Love my High Mountain Tauren Monk. It's a very rare race class combo. Alright. Excellent. Well, we got Galacross done, we got spoils done, nothing can stop us. Smooth sailing, right? So we're up 6,600 bronze for this siege clear so far. I guess maybe we missed a little bit from the very first boss. 732 threads. So with Narcissus installed, left click on the hourglass, and then you'll get this window that lets you switch out your gems. If for some reason you don't see the hourglass on your character pane, you can check your Narcissus settings to make sure the paper doll extension is enabled under extensions. I can't believe how fast today's stream went again. It's already noon. That's wild. We've been live for 2 hours and 55 minutes. Game audio is almost silent. Yeah, it went... I thought my earphones died. Actually, two things might be true. I don't know. See that. All right, you guys should have some sound now. I still don't have any. Yeah, I'm on the West Coast. That is a good point. It is good to make sure you've got your best gems, your best prismatic gems in your like your pants and your chest piece. Although if you get to a point where you're wearing just like a big batch of the same gems, it probably comes out to the same thing if they're all the same. Pants? You guys wear pants? Yeah, I've got my chest and my legs loaded up with legendary haste gems, and that's it. All the haste, all the time. I thought I heard my cat meow, but she's on my lap sleeping. Do I have a ghost cat? Do you just get a longer and longer list of raids to daily as you gear up, or do some of them drop off? No, at a certain point, if you want, you can clear all of the raids every day. I don't, because that sounds like way too much for me. So I just do kind of any raids that I feel like doing. But yeah, at a certain point, you have access to all of them, and you can do them all every day. How is the puppy? He's good. He turned 1 recently. He's a big, fluffy, lovey boy. Occasionally stubborn. We had a very long walk yesterday because there were portions of the walk where he was like, I don't want to walk. I want to stay here. And I want to watch this thing that's going on, like across the street or at the park, or I want to wait for this thing. I want to see if I can meet this person. So we were out for like a while. He's good though. I do think that there is like an end in sight to his teenage months. He's not quite out of them yet, but he is, as he gets older, becoming a little bit more reasonable. He definitely had an age where he had like learned all these commands and he was really good at them. And then he hit like an age where he was like, no, like any time that he thought he knew what you wanted, he was going to do the exact opposite of that. He's becoming a little bit easier to reason with. Hoping I can get a few more carries of siege. 8 to 20 for those pauldrons. Nice. Yeah, LFR and normal, I believe, should be separate lockouts.
Let's settle this.
Pardon me. Bosses don't even live long enough for your funeral pyre to stack up all the way.
My legacy will live on.
Siege is the one raid that has separate lockouts. So on a Siege, you could do it on LFR and normal and heroic and mythic in the same day if you wanted to. LFR won't give bones, though. You only get bones from normal and higher. Sounds horrific. Yeah, no, that would be way too much Siege. I feel proud of myself if I get through one Siege once. Like, I'm doing Siege on normal today, and that's like a big deal. I didn't do it yesterday. This is a long raid. Blue and purple gear from... at level 70, blue gear will drop from lots of things. You're going to get it from doing like normal raids and heroic dungeons and just randomly while questing and stuff. Epic gear, I find... It has a chance to drop from that kind of stuff, but you're going to find a lot more epic gear if you can get into a heroic raid. I don't know if you can get blues from quest chests. You might be able to. It might be like a random proc. I got like a handful of epics from one run of Heroic Siege. I got boots and a belt and a weapon, and I got a few of those things like in duplicate or triplicate. Plus, I think a couple other pieces that I ended up not wearing and scrapping because they just had terrible stats on them. Paragon time. Yep.
Far greater than they or their gods. It matters not. The old one will not suffer their intrusion.
We have endured the usurpers, their children, the loss of the old one, and soon you.
We will slay you all as easily as we slew the Pandaren of old.
And then the old one will remake this world for the Manted.
Come, children of the Titans. You face the Paragons.
Which secondaries are better is going to depend on what class you're playing. For BM Hunter, Mastery should be a bit stronger than Versatility, but one thing that I haven't figured out or gotten to the bottom of is there are probably breakpoints for these different stats, where after you have a set amount of it, you kind of hit diminishing returns and you're better off getting more of something else and spreading out your stats a bit more evenly, but I don't have any like hard and fast numbers or math as to when exactly those are.
I could have used some enhancements.
People say to spread out your stats when you have a lot of them, but I don't know when the right answer of when to do that is.
You now face the pride.
Because I have like 98% haste right now with Lost. I think I run around with like 70%, something like that.
Is all how about the game?
But you're also going to get flat amounts of all those secondaries just on your cloak in general. I know that we can only kill one of these at a time before the other ones heal up, but I don't know what the order is. True stat values shows your DR, otherwise 126% cap for everything except Mastery. Have all stats maxed on my grid. Okay, that's good to know. I might try to pass that on to Flabby. He was looking for something like that. True stat values.
I will carry you one last time, Wakener, to your doom.
Pull back. Come to me.
I was just freeing these guys. The tread waste. We were buds.
I never discovered how to put a stopper in death.
Well fought, Wakener. We will meet
Yeah.
again.
When you go to deposit your new gathering mats from the Emerald Ram to your Region Bank to realize you haven't cleaned it out since Legion. You got some room to make. I don't know what the secondaries are for Fury Warrior, but I'm sure there must be a Wowhead page for it. That's how I found my stat priority, was I just googled like BM Hunter remix. I'm sure Fury Warrior remix will get you to a nice cheat sheet.
It is not too late, Garrosh. Lay down the mantle of War Chief. We can end this here, now, with no more bloodshed. Ha! Do you remember nothing of honor, of glory on a battlefield? You who would parley with the humans, who allowed warlocks to practice their dark magics right under our feet. You are weak. We are the Orcish Horde. true horde. We die, bloody and thrashing on the field of Now you know your place in mine.
They had to hotfix tank threat because it was just really wonky, especially in leveling dungeons with like leveling scaling. They had to do some things like, I don't know if they bumped up tank threat, they might have, but they bumped healer threat down a lot because healers were just pulling aggro by living their lives. Pulled so much by just a single heal. Oh yeah, trading post, that's right. Am I close? I am close. I need another 150 tender. I could probably find something really quick to knock that out with on retail so I could go shopping today before we leave. Way too easy to get drawn into remix, right?
I, Garrosh, son of Grom, will show you what it means to be called Hellstream. Blood and thunder.
Yeah, I don't think that Iron Star's going anywhere.
Fear.
I think we phased it too fast.
The tools of a war chief. Yes, I can see it now. I can see the future of this world. A world ruled by the Horde. My Horde. The Old One calls to you.
Ah, this is normal.
I have seen it. It has shown me. I have seen mountains of skulls and rivers of blood, and I will have my world. No,
And he's down.
it cannot end like this.
We got one more bone. 6 bones of mana raw.
I have seen.
Thanks, guys. Get out of here. Spend some more bronze. Pretty jarring to take these remix characters into retail when it's done. Bree Buns, thank you for the 31-month resub. Appreciate it. Alrighty. We got somewhere in the neighborhood of 1,300 threads from that clear. These numbers are a little bit short because the week is reset like after like a boss and a half in, but and approximately 10,000 bronze. Plus we can get rid of the rest of this gear. Do some more upgrades and then see what we want to do for the last like 150 credit worth of the trader's log, and then we go shopping. Maybe we'll find some stuff that we can wear on our remix characters. That's 416. I always do Tinker slot pieces before prismatic slot pieces, and I do everything before I do boots. everything except for boots has been upgraded. I'm getting, for every stream I get basically 1 round of upgrades done per day. Not too bad. All right, I want 150 points. How do I want to do it? Not by dungeon bosses. I could probably just do the 10 crafting orders or the 15 pet battles really fast. That's probably one of the easiest things to do for just like an easy 150. I didn't do it quite exclusively in Remix. I could have done it if I was leveling an alt. Pet battles to save logging in and out. I don't know if it would be faster. Yeah. I think I'm going to do crafting orders. I think that's the easiest way to do it. Random queue with a tweaked out Shadow Priest called Event Booster. Well named. I usually just do 10 Omnium Draconis orders. I think this character is here more or less because she pretty much did that recently. My priest is a alchemist, so she can... Also, I guess I have mats too. I can provide them. 1. It's just a lot of clicking, that's all. 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. 10. One of the cheesiest ways to get traders credit. Off to bed. Have a good night. Thanks for being here. And Inksy. I gave her, I wanted to give her a little farmer mug, so I put her back into a plaid shirt, pair of pants, gave her the chicken backpack, little shovel. Have you run into the pin-up pixie lady in the island? I can't say that I have. I have a tendency to not look at people when I'm in public, though. I look at their dogs. The half-hill backpack is everything. Best thing to come out of Remix. I think it's my favorite transmog by a long stretch. It has like a... I don't know why I want to call it a live chicken. It has a living real life chicken. Does not come with real chicken. Okay. We're going to the alchemy thing. As opposed to a dead chicken. Yeah, I guess so. Crafting orders. It's just a pixel chicken. And like I have chicken battle pets. I don't know why I don't get as excited about those. I guess I did pull out a chicken battle pet to have with me in raid alongside the chicken backpack. Yeah, Beast Mastery is my favorite hunter spec. I like Shadow Priest a lot too. BM's just easy. It's like fairly straightforward and user friendly. And I think the pets are fun. I like picking out hunter pets and picking names for them and stuff. I got roughly 10k bronze for a run of normal Siege of Orgrimmar. I don't know how much I got for my heroic. All right. And now we can go shopping to Stormwind. I'm gonna get. There's a lot of good options. I'm glad I saved some tender. I might need it. What was the fill the bar reward? The Super Soaker toy. It's like a weapon rack toy. We can check that out first. Because we should pick that up right about now. Extreme Water Blaster display. So you plonk it down on a 30-minute cooldown. And it instantly disappears because you put it somewhere funny in Stormwind. I'm assuming it's like the foam sword toy rack, basically, where you're able to pick up the weapons and then maybe get an action bar to use them or something. Yeah. Oh, well. Maybe I guess we'll check it out tomorrow. All right. I have 2K, 2100. And I have a blue turtle saved. This Wave Shredder mount is mandatory and is happening. Yes, please. Thank you very much. I don't even need to look at the rest of it. That's for starters. Okay. Weapon arsenals. Nah, I'm good. Beachwear. Oh my god, the Murloc floaty. The shorts are pretty sweet too. Sunny tropical shirt. Trunks, sandals, wrist wraps, etc. There's also that set. Bikini. A little sarong. Some sandals. Her toes look a little bit cursed. There's something going on between her two big toes that makes me feel like they were never meant to be out of her shoes. There's a pet. He's like Garlock, but he's sunburnt. There's the water blaster toy, the gun for hunters. I feel like I have to because I want to, so I'm buying that. Squidgy can use it. It'll be great. Oh, okay. So they have all those pieces separately in a different color. So if I wanted just a Murloc floaty and I didn't need it to be orange, instead of buying the beachwear set, I could buy just the floaty belt. There's a hat. Sunshade hat. Yeah, the hat's part of that set. The beach chair is only 200. That's probably happening. That's pretty good. I don't need the parasol. I love it over her flannel shirt. I don't know. I want all the swimsuits. And we also have a gavel, yellow skirt, shoulder capes, etc. I don't got time for that stuff. That's not what we're saving our money for. And then there's some returning stuff, which I'm all good on. If I didn't buy it before, I don't need it now. All right, we only have 1,000. We only have 1,000 left, and it's conceivable that we might want to save some tender for next month too. But like, I couldn't buy the pet and one of the outfits. I don't know about the yellow, honestly. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna not do math. That's important. The pet might be important. I might freeze the pet instead of the battle turtle and just let this mount go. It's not a... I know it's a mount, but like, I can't afford to get all of them, and it's not a very unique mount compared to some other ones. I don't need the hat. Although the hat does seem to come with sunglasses, but still. Oh, it's kind of cute. It's got like shells and a flower on it. There is a cap to how much tender you get every month. Once you've filled the bar, you're done for the month. I'm buying the chair. So you could get just the bikini top and skirt if you wanted. outside of the rest of the outfit, and that would just be 350 instead of 650. For 650, you also, it includes like a sash, the sandals with like the anklets, the bracelets, which are kind of pretty. But I think my excuse is that the toes are pretty cursed. The bikini top does come with the arm shells. And I think it looks the same on a male. I think it'll be the same model. I'm going to do the halter top and the skirt. And then I think I'm done. I think. I might be so low on tender that I might feel like, oh man, what am I saving like 300 for? There's the hat. This shirt's cool, but I'm willing to let it go. Same thing with the shorts. Oh yeah, they sell like the sandals and like the bracelets and stuff separately. For like 40 tender each. There's a typo. It says a traditional Zandalari bracelet when these are talking about Zandalari getaways. Could be the difference between affording something and not next month. That's true. Yeah, her feet look better outside of the sandals. When she's just barefoot, her feet look... I don't want to say... Her feet look okay. Her feet look fine. But then you put the sandals on. Not those sandals. These sandals. And all of a sudden, her toes have, like, fractured. There's, like, a chunk missing. You're right, that could be the difference between affording and not affording something next month. I don't know if I'm wearing a jewelry to the beach kind of person. Looks nice for a photo shoot, but like, you're just gonna lose that in the ocean. Yeah, I think I'm gonna leave it alone for now. Let's find somebody to wear all this stuff. Let's find, well, first of all, Squidgy has a very important addition to her Murloc onesie. Barnacles. Night Flame. I don't know, we'll have to look at their outfits.
Shop, browse.
Is it too much? Absolutely. Do I care? No. Also, give me Gurgle. There we go.
Good fortune to all friends of
Wah, 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 wah. That is phenomenal. And very important for the frog safety team. I know Murlocs aren't frogs, but I don't care. It's close enough. Oh yeah, that's true. She needs the Murloc mount. Oh, also, you know what we haven't done is we haven't tried out the Goblin Wave Shredder mount yet. Hang on. This is important. This is kind of an awesome model. Do you think it's gonna... It must Dragon Ride in the next patch. That's so fun. So we have the green Gargantuan Murloc. We also have the purple one. For a moment, I'm like, somebody's kidnapping me. It's just my mount. This thing's always been kind of terrifying. Okay, somebody needs to wear the bikini. Very important. Summertime. June. Let's see. Who on the character list looks in need of it? Barnacles has his dock worker outfit. He's all set. Night Flame could probably shake it up. Anthus is glorious. I can't change his transmog. I don't know about Shellfish. And then some of these are getting recreated. Alright, Night Flame, it's your turn. Molly Wobble. Molly Wobble's getting recreated. I'm gonna re-roll her into time running so I can level her that way, because I'm not leveling her normally. I know better. I'm not gonna actually do that. Okay. I'm gonna fix this. He's got some gold, that's good. So, he needs to wear his halter top with the new matching. Oh yeah. Beautiful. Lovely. He can be barefoot. Do I have any sandals that he wants to wear?
Let us speak in the chamber of the Guardian. I've asked Illyria to meet us there as well.
Yeah, you can put on some ankle bracelets. The bracers are not working. There you go. I don't know if the colors go with his tattoos. I need to stop by a barbershop.
May your feet find good
I've got between the pink and the green and the blue. We got a few too many things going on here. Why is this making me want to actually go swimming with a pool floaty? I'm not exactly the type to hang out at the neighborhood pool. That's not something I've done in my life since I was a kid. Where am I going? Barbershop, that's right. His tattoos need adjusting because everybody knows that if your tattoos don't match your outfit, changing your ink is clearly the move. Just a quick trip to the barbershop. No worries. Could make them blue. What if he just takes them off? Yeah. I'm alright with that. The coral of his sash kind of conflicts with his pink hair a little bit, but I don't feel like he's the kind of guy that would be worried about it. He needs to go set up his pull chair somewhere. Let's go find a lake. Do a druid transmog so they can have bare feet. I do have some good bear slippers. Bear slipper mogs. Okie dokie. Toy box. What was it called? Colorful beach chair. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Not me not knowing my Demon Hunter keybinds. Hang on. Fashion show. Dancing fashion show. And have a nice seat. I don't know why I expected him to sit back like he was ever going to do that. It's a great swimsuit. He needs the Murloc floaty belt. Yeah, he does not look relaxed. He looks like he's waiting for someone to bring him a beer. Oh man, bud, you gotta loosen up a little bit. All right, this has been fun. I am done for the day. I'll be back tomorrow for a Sunday morning stream, and I will get a news video together for later today, so keep an eye on the YouTube channel if you're waiting for that. It will happen at some point. Appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for joining me, and I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful day. Bye.